go. Yeah.
Laurence Lemieux, and the piece is Love, Sex, and Brahms.
Can you tell me about this dance?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a brand new work choreographed by James Kudelka, who is our resident choreographer, and it's a work that is choreographed to the music of Brahms, and there are 10 dancers on stage, and a puppet, and a pianist. And it's about 17 minutes long, and it's all little sections, different sections with different coupling and solos, duet, trios, and yes.
So there's a puppet in the dance. Is that the focus?
No, but it's certainly a focal part of it. It's unusual to have a small puppet in a dance work, but in this case it represents many things, and sometimes the puppet is just sitting on the chair. Sometimes we treat the puppet like a human and we manipulate it. Sometimes it's more like a baby, sometimes it's like a doll, so it has different meaning depending of which section we're performing.
So yeah, you dancers acting with the puppet.
Yes, we have to. Our task is to make the puppet come to life, which takes a lot of work, because it has to be standing on his leg and not slouching and looking out to the audience. So it's like animating an object that has no life, and you have to give it life. So it takes a lot of rehearsal to manipulate it properly.
So it's a tailor-made puppet?
Yes. Yes,
So
yes, especially for this dance.
The legs.
Yeah, it has really good knee joints and ankles and and the eyes.
So we got the idea, make the puppet to become the focal point in the dance.
Who had the idea?
Yeah.
Well, the choreographer James Kudelka decided that he wanted to work with a puppet for this work. Sometimes I think the puppet represents Brahms, the composer. Sometimes it represents trouble within a relationship. Sometimes it represents a child. Sometimes it represents nothing, a doll. So it has a bit of, it doesn't have a linear meaning to it. It can mean many different things, and I think for the audience,
depends on their imaginations.
That's right. It can be whatever you want it to be. Yes.
Okay. So the name of the play, the dance called Love, Sex, and Brahms. Brahms, I know that's music, right?
Yes, he's a composer.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then, how do you relate love and sex on the dance, and then what kind of message you want to get it to the audience?
What kind of message? Well, I think it's a work that talks about relationships. Most of those relationships are between, we have our own inner stories to cast, but it's mostly heterosexual couples, although there's two homosexual couple, and it's about the tension in a couple, and the different, there's the young love, so they have different issues than a husband and wife who've been married for 50 years. So I think it's James talks about love, sex, which is part of most relationships, and Brahms is about the music of Brahms. So it's I think it's different ways to look at relationships. It looks at couples, and also you have also sections where there's two couples, there's a couple, and then there's someone else that comes in, and then there's tension in the room because there's the other man who comes in and he's interested in this woman. So it's like it's a lot about the unspoken that we deal with.
Day-to-day life, the reality.
Well, the reality of life. We all lived it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you say you are the co-producer and also the dancer. So through this dance,
yes,
what kind of stuff you get, or what inspiration you get from the dance by yourself?
Well, my role in this piece is I'm not really fitting in to this society. I always think I come from the outside, and I don't have the money, or I don't come from the aristocracy. So I'm married to a man who doesn't treat me very well as well. So that's just the story of so I'm always constantly trying to fit into this society. And they're very subtle, but they kind of go, you don't belong here. It's very, very subtle. So all my interactions with people is I want to fit, I want to be part of this world, but they're not inviting me in. but they won't really say it, but they're making me feel like I'm from the outside. So on that, I have to build all of my moves, my looks, how I stand. I'm insecure, or I can't be ever comfortable in this situation because I feel like I don't fit in. So as an artist, I have to make sure that every step that I take on stage reflects that.
Yeah. And try to get the audience
to understand that. Hopefully they will.
I'm trying to understand that.
Yes.
Can you tell us about your dance experience, like when you start to learn dance and then...
Oh, well, I started pretty late. I was 15, so it's late for a dancer. I was a gymnast before, and I started with ballet back in Quebec, and I moved to Toronto to learn contemporary dance. And I've been dancing for many, 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 many years. And I've danced with bigger companies and toured all over the world, but all in contemporary dance. I was never a professional ballet dancer. I was always a contemporary dancer. So this kind of work that we're doing is very much contemporary dance work. There are ballet dancers are part of it, but it's set in a contemporary style of movement.
So, in one word, can you tell the relationship between you and dance?
Me and dance? Oh, well, I don't know. I've always danced pretty much all my life, and I think that from the years 0 to 15, like before I started dancing, I was just me. When I discovered dance, it suddenly felt like I was a very shy kid. Very shy. I was really little too. I was really short and small, and I didn't speak much. I didn't talk a lot. I come from a big family, and everybody in my family was quite really good at school, and I wasn't. So again, I didn't feel like I fit in. But when I started dancing, I realized quickly that I had a facility. It was easy. It felt like I know how to do this. As soon as I started, I felt comfortable. And then I felt valued for what I was doing. And it's important as a teenager because you don't know what you want to do. And then suddenly there's a thing that I wasn't, a popular girl or anything. So I just felt, oh, there's something I can do well. And I started like that, and it just kept going. So my relationship to dance is that I've danced pretty much all my life, and it's just a way of being, of expressing myself every day. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.